Namaste, I'm Brittany Shanae, and I am bringing you Tarot Tuesday today. Welcome to my channel. If you have never visited my channel before, welcome. It's the first time for everything. If you're returning to my channel, I thank you for your participation and I do encourage your engagement, and I just thank you for your support. If you are looking for something in particular, feel free to reach out to me. I have no problems engaging with you all and figuring out more of what it is that you need to hear or see from me. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out as well. So today I'm going to be doing a tarot reading for the week, and this is just a general reading for everyone. It's not for any specific zodiac, and it's not geared really even towards any specific astrological event, although we are still in the middle of Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn retrograde. Okay, so I guess just a little bit about that. Let's just touch on it a little bit. If you've been experiencing some very big transitions in your life where you almost feel like you're a different person, or you're really battling with something, some side of you that's just looking to die, and that's just really what it is there's some old stuff of us that's just ready to slough off. And if you are being resistant and trying to hold on to it, it's likely that you're going to hurt yourself, and and it's not going to bode well for you, and it's just going to take longer for you to get to the next level, get to the next step of what spirit, source, God, high self, most high, whatever you want to call it, is trying to get you to. Okay, the universe is trying to help you. Okay, and if there's some things that you're trying to attract into your life, there could be some things right now that's just getting in the way of that, and it's probably having something to do with your past. So if something is repeating itself, an old pattern, or if you're ending up in a similar situation, something you thought you had grown past, it's likely that, you're still working it out. And if there's some deeper layers that you need to get into, then get into them. Better do it sooner now than later, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets. The longer it's drawn out, and then once the opportunity, I'm not saying the opportunity passed, because there's always time for growth. You can transcend and transform at any time. But why not take advantage of this fantastic energy that's just saying, hey, let's just get it on. Let's just get it done. Get it on. Maybe get it on. I don't know. I don't know what your life is. I don't know it. But maybe that's what the message is for you. So anyway, moving on. So as far as what's going on this week, this is just a general reading once again. If there is anything you may have in mind about what you want to know for the week, keep that in mind. And then this reading will likely be relevant to that. It is a general reading though, so it may not resonate with you specifically. It's whatever spirit or universe or whatever, once again, whatever you call it, wants to share with us in this moment in time. Okay, so we just want to be patient about whatever that is. All right, so first we're doing what's currently happening for us right now, how to deal with it, and then what we need to take away. All right, so what's going on right now? We have, in this particular deck, I'm using the Illuniated Tarot, and it's a slightly different deck. I'm working with 53 cards instead of 78. That's probably only relevant to the people who actually read tarot. But, this deck is a little bit different, is that some of the cards that you would usually see in a reading are sort of integrated. Okay, so there's some dual meaning here. So it's just a little bit different. So we have a Jack of Pentacles, which is also a Page of Pentacles in this particular deck. Okay. And we have a woman who is immersed in beauty, in nature, in plant life specifically, and who's sort of marveling at this pentacle. And she's very creative. She's drawing it down. There's something that she sees, and she's making it a part of her creative process. Okay, so we're just touching on that. And then here we have the Five of Spades in reverse. All right. So typically upright, this would have something to do with us like facing a challenging opponent. Maybe we're in sort of a power struggle with somebody, but things are starting to turn around, and we're realizing that the person that we're actually playing a game against is ourselves. That's usually who we're always battling. That's usually what we're always overcoming. But it seems like if you have already sort of reached a climax of a certain situation, whether it was even really resolved or not, or whether it was dealt with or whether it like completely blew up or not, but it seems like you might have already reached the climax of a certain conflict, or just maybe an unsettling, or maybe even just straight up negative situation. That situation may be turning around. There's some healing that's happening. It's happening within you though. So it doesn't mean that the things on the outside have changed necessarily. It just means that you're changing. You're learning from the situation. You're growing. Again, old ways are dying off. So whatever it is that you're adopting in life, maybe learning how to see the beauty in things, is starting to pay off for you. Okay, so hang in there. And then we're going to come back to all of this in a second. So next we have the Five of Pentacles, which is also the Hierophant in this particular deck. All right, so again, the Hierophant usually has to do with like tradition, some sort of structure, but also some sort of change. Spirituality being integrated into your life. And with Pentacles, again, is having to do with the mundane world, what's going on right around us. Okay, so seeing as how we got a lot of Pentacles going on and just what's happening right now, deck, it's a lot of things just going on within us where there's probably a lot of trial and error happening, a lot of maybe we were reacting to something and things are just starting to kind of calm down. We're starting to see the beauty in the struggle, and we're integrating that into our experience as something that's happening for us, not to us or against us. We're growing. We're becoming a little bit more mentally aware. It's probably been a struggle week. Last week, in fact, just talking to people, last week was a struggle week for a lot of people, let me tell you, including myself. It wasn't the worst week I had experienced in the last couple of months, but it was definitely still a struggle. I started to feel it in more of a physical manifestation, like I was actually getting sick, and it was originally kind of like allergies, but then it started to progress into like almost full-blown illness, and I was feeling it primarily in my head. And as an Aries, we tend to have a lot of stuff going on in our head because we think a lot and we're perfectionists. And so when we get sick and our diseases begin to manifest in our bodies, we have a tendency to feel it in our heads, because that's typically where we get stuck. That's usually where our flaws come in as Aries, is because we're mental creatures. We think a lot. We're very smart, we're very strategic, and we're go-getters. But sometimes, those beautiful characteristics and good qualities about yourself sometimes just go into overload, and you end up becoming your own worst enemy. And because we're in Taurus season, and I don't mean to just kind of favor on the Aries, because I am one, but we are in Taurus season, and so we're all experiencing sort of a stubbornness right now in all of us, and just kind of wanting to chill and relax and just find ourselves in a luxurious setting. Maybe you've been going to work late lately and you like, I don't really care about this job like that. I care more about my comfort. I care more about my health. I care more about beauty and enjoying life and soaking in the sun, if there is sun where you are. Or when the sun decides it wants to visit for a little bit, you like, that's a little bit more important than me doing this spreadsheet or whatever you got going on. Even if it's your own personal business, you might be feeling a little bit of a challenge staying motivated. If it's something you really want to do, the drive will stay there, but you may have a little bit of difficulty just like getting it to the point where you're like, I'm driven and I'm getting it done, even, staying up late, these late nights, putting in work. It might be a little bit of a challenge right now, okay? Even if you was feeling that a moment ago, or like a month or a couple weeks ago, you might be feeling like, I'm just coasting now, I'm just whatever. But if you're feeling that, I'm gonna say, don't allow yourself to procrastinate too much, because time is of the essence and you don't want to lose momentum. But at the same time, you want to acknowledge the fact that you need rest. You need beauty in your life. You need balance. So don't neglect that. Don't see it as such a negative thing that you need a little bit of chill and R&R. And that's cool. That's perfectly fine. We really, truly do need that to keep ourselves balanced. But that's the key, balance. Okay? So keep that in mind. And then Next, let's get into how we're handling it right now. So we have the Ace of Swords. All right. And the Ace of Swords are having to do with some mental processes, some things that are coming into mind. Maybe we're getting some divine ideas. Maybe our business plans are starting to come together. Maybe we're starting to feel the need to take charge and to take action on some things that are coming to mind, okay? So we were sort of in a planning stage a moment ago, but now there's something that's saying, let's take some action. Let's go for it. Let's make things grow. Let's make things bloom. Let's take all of those beautiful, energies and stuff that's within us, those ideas, those divine happenings and workings, and let's start manifesting. And manifesting has a lot to do with just doing it. Sometimes we get stuck up in the planning stage, but we're being encouraged to just do it. Okay, Nike that thing. Also, another swords card, interestingly enough. And so this is a Page of Swords or Jack of Swords in this one. And so anytime you deal with pages, there's something new and fresh that's happening. Okay, there might be like a new business opportunity that's coming your way. Maybe you are being offered some money. Or maybe you're being offered an opportunity to start a business. Maybe there's a group or something that you may be able to join that'll help you on your journey into whatever that business venture may be, okay? This is a good time to take advantage of it. Just do it, okay? The stuff is happening for a reason. It's all being laid out for you. It's time for you to take the plunge, okay? Don't get caught up in your head space. This creative energy, this flow, this momentum is happening in your life for a very, 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 very good reason. Don't sleep on it. Keep that in mind, okay, going forward. So as far as what we need to take away from the experiences that we're having right now, from all of the struggles, all of the obstacles, and even that, coming out of the climax and things starting to coast off, we're realizing that this is all a part of the process, and now we're going to have to put in some work. But there are some things that's coming to an end for us. If there's something that you want out of your life, this is the time to start manifesting. And once again, this is all in alignment with everything here. It's in alignment with the Pluto and the Jupiter and the Saturn retrograde. It's in alignment with the Taurus sun. Also, Mercury is in Taurus and Venus is in Taurus. And so Taurus energy, let's talk about that a little bit. Taurus energy is about what your desires are, just doing what you like to do and not really tripping off of what that looks like or what's in conflict with that. Anything that's in conflict with what it is that makes you feel comfortable right now, you're probably like, yeah, how can I get that out of my life right now? Whether it's people who are in the way of your peace, whether it's your living situation, maybe you're looking like, okay, I don't need to live in this area anymore. It bothers me. I'm not comfortable here. It's time for me. I'm willing to spend the money to go live in a place that I'm comfortable in, okay? Even if that means I got to come out of pocket. Or you may be like, I'm not dealing with no people today, even if they're people I love. I'm just not about to let them get all up in my energetic space and throw me off. Maybe you see some things in a store, you do a little retail shopping, and you go, I'm gonna get these things because I want them. I'm not gonna trip off of finances right now. Although I'm not going to say I'm encouraging that. Be smart. I don't know what your life is like in your wallets, but be smart. But also it's just, a matter of saying, man, I really wanted that vacation. I've been talking about this vacation for years, 2-3 years. I'm doing it. And I'm gonna spend my little money to do it, okay? Live in luxury, eat some great foods. Make sure they're healthy for you, but eat something that tastes good to you, that feels good to you, that helps with digestion and stimulates your mind and keeps you calm and healthy, but also keeps you energized for when you need it. That's what Taurus energy is about. Now, when we become overindulgent to the point where we're lackadaisical and we're complacent and we're stagnant, or we're stubborn and we're not listening to advice, or we're not smart about how we spend our money or spend our time or who we let in our space, even if it feels kind of good, overindulging in things is never good. Too much of anything is not good for you, okay? That goes for people, food, spending money, even jobs. Okay, so let's talk about jobs. If you're looking to start a business, now is the time. Start taking actions towards that. Rome wasn't built in a day, but this is a good time to start making the plans. Don't do too much planning though. Have a pretty general idea of what you want to do and really just start taking step by step. You know, you don't have to have an entire map of where you're going to get there. Just go, you know, because at the end of the day, the future isn't written. It's up to you of what you want to do with your time and what you want to do with your money and what you want to do with your life. And if you spend all your time planning, well, you know, shit's gonna pass you by. So just be careful about how you spend your time. But take advantage of this. The universe is saying, go for it. Like, I'm laying it out there for you. Go for it. Yeah, you're going to have to put in some work. You got to carry your weight. You got to carry your load. You're going to have to spend some time learning how to, I don't know, edit a video, or spend some time learning how to manage a budget. You may have to put in some work, you know, recording your podcast, staying up a couple extra hours, or if your deal is you're trying to be healthy, okay, you got to go to the gym even when you coming home and you tired. If you really want that hot body, that summer body ready, then you're going to have to bust your ass, maybe sit in a little bit of traffic and go into the gym. Spend that money on a membership if you need to. Or even if it's raining outside, you better get you a workout jacket with a hoodie and some earmuffs or whatever it is you do. Again, I don't know your life or whatever area you live in. But this is just saying that it's time. It's time to let go of excuses. It's time to drop the things that get in the way of you carrying your real weight. When you use all of your energy for things that don't matter, then what have you done? It's one thing to say, man, I'm just working so hard and I'm just so tired, but I don't feel like I'm going nowhere. I tell you why you're not going nowhere, sis, because you're carrying the wrong kind of weight. You putting your energy towards the wrong things, the things that don't matter, the things that aren't aligned with your purpose, the things that are not serving you. And if it's not serving you, then what you doing? You wasting time. You might as well have not even expended that energy. You might as well have just been lazy. I'm actually a believer that it's better to be lazy than to be wasting your energy on things that are not in alignment with you. At least you kept your energy for yourself. At least you did something you wanted to do. But if you're dealing with people you don't like, people who hurt you, people who waste your time, if you spending money on stuff that hurts you or doesn't help you, if you are going to a job that disrespects you and has nothing to do with what it is that you know in your heart you're supposed to be doing, it's time to make some changes. It's time to drop the baggage and pick up the actual weight you should be carrying. Not baggage, but you're carrying your load, the real load. The real load of, hey, it's time for me to put in some work towards what I want. Time for me to set my goals. All right. So I'm actually a part of this group. I myself actually just ran into some interesting opportunities, and I'm a part of this group. And when we got together last, we talked about our personal, our business, and our community goals. So I encourage you all to do that for yourself. Every now and then, just stop. Even if you don't have any like goals to be an entrepreneur or goals to just radically change your community, start with yourself, you know, because you have to start with yourself anyway. Where do you need to pick up the weight? Where do you need to pick up the slack in your life where, you know, you've been half-assing it? Or where in your life do you just need to maybe tweak some things? Maybe the change for you isn't very drastic. Maybe it's just something minor, but it's a significant minor, okay? And the devil's in the details. So anyway, that's really it, you guys. And I hope that this tarot reading was helpful for you all. I am offering tarot readings for right now, mostly for a donation. But I'll probably be setting some pricing real soon. But feel free to reach me at www.brittanyshanae.com. You can also reach me, feel free to DM me on Instagram at BrittanyShanae. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I would love to interact with you all. If you like the video, like the video. And if you liked my other videos, please subscribe. And I look forward to chatting with you all once again pretty soon. Until next time, namaste.